This is iFIBER 1 News. Here are today's top stories.
Ephrata had its 108th annual Sage and Sun Festival this weekend.
144 area elementary students earned a free bike Saturday thanks to Bud Clary's Perfect Attendance Creates Excellence program.
With temperatures rising and weekend activities moving more to the outdoors, long exposure to heat can cause some real damage if precautions aren't taken.
Ephrata High School hosted its 7th annual Ephrata Shootout last weekend, which saw 11 schools come to town.
From the iFIBER 1 newsroom, this is iFIBER 1 News. And it starts now.
Ephrata had its 108th annual Sage and Sun Festival this weekend, and it drew in quite a crowd. The festival started yesterday at noon and will conclude tonight at 10 p.m. Saturday morning brought the parade. The streets were packed with adults and kids alike, waiting to see the various floats and for the kids to get some free candy.
Oh yes, my son, he was getting candy, and my daughter was just, enjoying the sirens.
Parents with their kids weren't the only people to enjoy the festival. Several teenagers had a good time too.
It's pretty fun, walking around, seeing some friends, couple faces, so been fun lately.
The festival proved to be a meeting ground for friends from all over. Many people not from Ephrata made the journey to the Sage and Sun Festival this weekend.
Our grandson and granddaughter have a booth set up here, and a lot of the guys I used to work with are here at the festival.
I'm Am Chikoski for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Change doesn't have to be complicated. With a low-profile microwave hood combination that's ready to install right out of the box. It fits in the same space as your under-cabinet hood, so you can get your microwave off the countertop and make space for the routines worth keeping. The low-profile microwave hood combination from the #1 selling appliance brand in the USA.
Whirlpool Appliances, now available at more furniture in Ephrata.
No missed days, no tardiness, and no leaving school early. Bud Clary's Perfect Attendance Creates Excellence program, or PACE, may be strict, but 144 area students were rewarded on Saturday with a new bike for having perfect attendance during the school year. Bikes were handed out Saturday at the Bud Clary dealerships along North Frontage Road in Moses Lake. Students and their families were able to grab a bite to eat and enjoy free activities before each student was recognized for their accomplishment.
Yeah, so the PACE program is a program that we started 3 years ago, and what it does rewards elementary students for perfect attendance. They cannot miss a day due to sickness or vacation or anything. So if they have perfect attendance, then at the end of the year they all get a free bike and a free helmet, free fitting, and it's a great program. For a lot of those kids that work hard and go to school every day and do what they're supposed to do, it's nice to be able to reward them for that attendance and reward them for doing the right thing and staying in school all the time.
After getting their new bike, each kid was also fitted with a new helmet thanks to Moses Lake firefighters and the Central Basin Traffic Safety Task Force, which also had a bike safety course set up for each student to test out their riding skills. The PACE program rewards all kindergarten through 5th graders at participating schools for having a perfect attendance record throughout the school year. This is Joe Utter for iFIBER 1 News.
This segment is brought to you by...
Your taste buds bored? Well, then bring them to Jay's Teriyaki. Not only does Jay's have a variety of teriyaki dishes, they also offer mouth-watering salads and sides. Call Jay's 509-764-5155. Jay's Teriyaki, located at 123 East Broadway in Moses Lake, because it's all in the sauce.
With temperatures rising and weekend activities moving more to the outdoors, long exposure to heat can cause some real damage if precautions aren't taken. Heat-related illnesses are on a spectrum, exhaustion being on one end and stroke being on the other. Exhaustion is a milder form of heat-related illness that can occur after exposure to high temperatures and inadequate or unbalanced replacement of fluids. Heat stroke occurs when the body is no longer able to regulate temperature. It can cause death and permanent disability if treatment isn't provided. Staying hydrated and avoiding alcohol or other sugary drinks is the first way to stay safeguarded from these illnesses. And if you live in a home without air conditioning, area fans can sometimes not cut it. Find ways to get into air-conditioned areas, whether it be a public library or shopping center. I'm Madison Meyer with iFIBER 1 News.
Ephrata High School hosted its 7th annual Ephrata Shootout last weekend, which saw 11 schools come to town. Ephrata head coach Brandon Evenson talked about the camaraderie between all the teams and coaches. Most importantly, the shootout helps the Ephrata kids play ball over summer.
It's also a fundraiser for our program. Our kids have not paid for a dime for summer basketball in the last 7 years.
Among the schools in attendance, besides Ephrata itself, there were 2 other Grant County teams, Royal and Elmira Cooley Heartline. The schools range from 1B to 2A. Basketball season is still far away, but many of the players and coaches enjoyed the opportunity to play together and get a first look at the upcoming team.
It's just a good chance for the kids to get together and get to know each other. For example, today we haven't had a lot of practices. We haven't had any practices.
The tournament finished with Okanagan as the champs and Royal in second place. Summer basketball will persist through the state for many schools through June before taking a break. I'm Adam Jakoski for iFIBER 1 Sports.
This is iFIBER 1 News. For more information on these stories and other news, visit us online at iFiber1.com or check us out on Facebook.